Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving. I double checked my calendar this week. I'm correct that this coming Thursday is Thanksgiving 2020. Hey, I recorded all this from my house today. Why is that, Josh? Well, because look at the sunlight out there. If I realized if I did all this from home, I'd still have a little bit of daylight at the end of all of this to get some evening deer hunting in. So that's what I did. Wish me luck. Hey, obviously, we're not meeting in person today, and that's sad. And I know we all want to, but that's just not what we can do right now. And we're not meeting November 29th either in person. And I don't know what's going to happen in the weeks following that. I hope to have some more information in the near future, and we will keep you posted. Guys, God bless you. I miss you. Hey, and you know what? We'll see each other soon. Bye. Guys, I have checked my calendar, and this coming Thursday is Thanksgiving. So I went ahead and made sure I was right on that this time instead of what I did last week. And I know a lot of us are probably going to be maybe traveling for the holidays or maybe not this year. A lot of years we do travel for the holidays. But when you go back home, sometimes those folks remember a different you than what you are now. And it's hard for them to move you out of the category that they once had you in, correct? When we recently moved back to Indiana several years ago, some friends reached out to me to perform their wedding ceremony, which I agreed to. Now, I at that point, I had no pastoral responsibilities in Perry County back in Indiana. I'd never been a minister here. So a lot of folks knew me as the dude who owns a construction company. And one of my good Derby friends, Danny Peter, God rest his soul, was attending that wedding. And he opened up the bulletin, if you will, the order of service for the wedding, and he saw that the pastor's name was Josh Harris. Well, afterwards, at the end of the service, he approached me and told me I did a good job and patted me on the back. And we got a kick out of it. He said, you know, whenever I opened up the brochure and saw the pastor's name was Josh Harris, I wonder if this Josh Harris knows the Josh Harris I know, which we thought was funny, but it made a lot of sense. Because he knew me as construction Josh. He had no idea about me being a pastor. And sometimes when we go back home, even though people know we've gone on done other things and become somebody else, if you will, or grew in some areas or gained some expertise, they can't forget about who you were and who they remember you being. Jesus is dealing with this right here. We've been in the book of Mark for a little while, and we're going to continue that today in Mark chapter 6. Jesus left that part of the country and returned with his disciples to Nazareth, his hometown. That's where Jesus grew up. That's where he played with his friends when he was a little boy. He was born in Bethlehem, but he grew up in Nazareth. So he brought his disciples back. He had already been doing ministry. He had already been healing people. Word about Jesus is spreading, okay? Jesus is becoming a popular fellow in that region of the world. The next Sabbath, he began teaching in the synagogue, and many who heard him were amazed. They asked, where did he get all this wisdom and the power to perform such miracles? The way I just read that is probably not how they said it. Let me try again. The next Sabbath, he began teaching in the synagogue, and many who heard him were amazed. They asked, where did he get all this wisdom and the power to perform such miracles? They scoffed. He's just a carpenter, the son of Mary and the brother of James, Joseph, Judas, and Simon. And his sisters live right here among us. They were deeply offended and refused to believe in him. Then Jesus told them, a prophet is honored everywhere except in his own hometown and among his relatives and his own family. And because of their unbelief, he couldn't do any miracles among them except to place his hands on a few sick people and heal them. And he was amazed at their unbelief. We've seen the word amazed used twice there, haven't we? And many who heard him were amazed. It wasn't like, I'm amazed how wonderful you are. They are amazed in disbelief. They hear Jesus' teaching. They hear who he's claiming to be. And they are amazed that he has the audacity to make such statements. And listen to the things he's saying. Where's he get all this from anyhow? We know who you were. One of the interesting things they said here is he's just a carpenter. The son of Mary. The son of Mary. So let's just address that just for just a second. In that day, it would be kind of common courtesy to refer to you as the son of Joseph, the son of your father. So they're saying he's the son of Mary. So some say, well, perhaps Joseph was dead. So then, now they're saying he's the son of Mary. I still would say that would be very unusual. And they're making a clear statement. We know who your mama is, boy. Who's your daddy? We don't know, do you? Oh, yeah, the virgin birth. Yeah, we remember that. We know who you are. We know who your mama is and what she's done. You're the son of Mary. We don't know who your daddy is. They're trying to put Jesus at his place. They were amazed that he had the audacity to make these claims. They were amazed that he thought he could heal people, that he could do miracles. They were amazed that these idiots that he was calling his disciples were following him around. They had major disbelief. Buddy, you were the same guy that sat next to me in science class. You're the same guy in my Little League team. Obviously, I'm bringing that to today's context, but, we know who you are. You best get in your place real fast. This talk about you being the Messiah, no, we ain't hearing it. We're amazed that you would even try to suggest such a thing. At the end of the scriptures, at the end of this passage, that is, Jesus points out he's not welcome in his hometown. The people who probably could have had the most access to Jesus. Jesus, we're so proud of you. We're so proud that you're from Nazareth. We're so proud to call you one of our own. By gosh, I remember when you were a little guy and look at you now. We always thought there was something special about you, but man, we didn't expect this. Thank you so much for all your work. The people, even his own family, they're pointing out. Remember, not many chapters ago in this book, his own family is saying, Jesus, stop all that. You're out of your mind. He's out of his mind, folks. Don't listen, The very people that could have had the most access, easiest access to Jesus, perhaps, didn't have anything to do with him. They were in disbelief. And Jesus, after he's pointing out that he's not welcome in his hometown, it says, and because of their unbelief, he couldn't do any miracles among them, except to place his hands on a few sick people and heal them. Read it again. And because of their unbelief, he couldn't do any miracles among them, except to place his hands on a few sick people and heal them. Now, some people would interpret this as, well, if you don't have faith in Jesus, that supersedes Jesus's divine ability to heal people. So you just suck the power out of Jesus if you don't believe in him. You can't be healed because you're not faithful enough. Nobody can undermine the power of Jesus. If he wanted to heal in that town, he could have healed in that town. But I know that still leaves us with trying to define what they mean here, to interpret what they mean here. Here's what I think it means when it says couldn't. I don't think it means not able to. I think it means not appropriate, not within the mission of what he's there to do. He's there to teach. And if they're not here to hear it, he's not some kind of dog and pony show. For instance, a lot of times when I get together with my friends in Southern Indiana, we have a card game called euchre. I am horrible at it, but yet I have a good time trying. We like to play euchre when we get together. Now imagine we're at another event where folks get together, such as a funeral. I know this sounds bizarre. And let's say one of my friends says, hey, in the middle of this funeral, let's get the card table out. Let's start playing euchre. We can't do that here. That's not what we're here for. That's not appropriate right now. I mean, physically, yes, we could. We could spread out a card table right there in the funeral home while people are weeping and mourning and start, playing cards. But we can't do that here. That's not appropriate. That's not what we're here to do That's not what we're here to do right now. I think that's what Jesus is meaning here. I think that's what the scriptures are meaning. Nothing can undermine the power of Jesus. And then the scriptures say something very interesting. Mark chapter 6, verse 6. And he was amazed at their unbelief. Like, that's just really, it just blows my mind as I think about what does it take to amaze Jesus? He's amazed that they don't believe in him. Like, y'all grew up with me. Yeah. Did you notice something different? Aren't you proud? I mean, didn't you see what I've done in all these other communities, how I've healed people? What else do I have to do for you to believe in me? I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed by this. His doubters were amazed. Yet Jesus was amazed too. So, how are you amazed? Where are you struggling to believe Jesus right now? Where are you struggling to believe God right now? What's your big question? What's your big concern? What's your big problem? What's your big prayer that you feel has not been answered in the way you want it answered? Let me ask you this. Even if you had a satisfactory answer, even if whatever that issue was went away, would you follow Jesus then? Would you trust Jesus then? Or would you find another problem, question, issue to bring before him and make other rules about what has to happen before you follow, before you trust, before you believe? Is it really just an issue of your own heart? What's keeping you from believing in Jesus? And I don't mean just a head knowledge. I mean a heart knowledge, a decision of the heart to follow him. What's standing in that way? Jesus is here in these scriptures telling us, I'm amazed. I don't know what else I need to do. What is that? What I encourage you to do this week. One, as we spoke last week, be thankful. Look around and see all that God has done in your life and where he's already shown you how good he is to you and how he's blessed you. And to be thankful for that and respond to him in prayer with thanks. Also become very honest with yourself and with God why you're not following him. Is there really that issue? Is there something else? And when I say follow God, I could mean big picture. Maybe you've not decided to put your faith in Christ. Or perhaps there's something you're a believer. You put your faith in Christ, but he's calling you to something and you're not trusting him in it. You're not believing him in it. You're pushing back. You're amazed that he would ever ask you to do that. What is that? Be very honest with yourself and God as well in that regards. we can sometimes be amazed, and Jesus is amazed. What are you amazed with today? Guys, God bless. Love y'all. Happy Thanksgiving.